You guys, why am I on mute? Why am I on mute? I'm like, hey, hello. And I'm on mute. But bonsoir, bonsoir, everyone. I hope that y'all are ready for the weekend. I am ready for the weekend myself. Okay. After this live, I'm 58 years old as far as y'all are concerned. Okay. Just a second here. I want to drop our link, but hi, Joy. How are you? It's so good to see you. Kimberly, my girl, pulling up. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to invite a few more people, you all. Um, you all. But on your way in, say hello in the comments as I get settled in. So, for those of you who are wondering, tonight I'm going to be doing just a weekly general read to kind of see what Spirit has for us for today and in the upcoming weeks. So, make sure you show some love. I'll also be accepting live questions at the end. So, please, if you have questions, just hang on until the end of the reading. But as you know, these readings are all free, right? But if it's resonating, or if you want to be a blessing, definitely go ahead and share this video. Invite people to join and subscribe to the Conjure Corner on YouTube. Or if you feel led, leave a love donation at the Cash App floating across the screen there. Okay. All right, just a second here. Bonsoir. Me trying to invite people, but I can't multitask. So bear with me. Hi, welcome. It's so good to see you here. I know it's been a minute. It's definitely been a while. Okay. So while I am attempting to multitask, here, I want to give you all some updates just to kind of let you all know what's been going on. I would like to do an official call to mentorship. Mentorship is going to start back in January of next year. It will start with me on January the 5th, and it will run until March, I believe, like March the 2nd. So there's plenty of time for those of you who are interested. I have a link below in the description if you are interested in joining. This program will now offer a path of Haitian Vodou as well. So if you are interested in starting your journey and learning even just the fundamentals, this is going to be a priestess training program. So if you are ready and you are interested, make sure that you join the links below, okay? We're also coming to an end of 30 Days of Hoodoo, right? And I know I've been enjoying myself. I know the women in there have been having a ball, okay? 30 Days of Hoodoo is always extremely fun. But I will say we will not have our next round of 30 Days of Hoodoo until Black History Month. Okay. So February is going to be our next round of 31 Days of Hoodoo, if that's something that interests you. In the meantime, if you guys aren't really ready to commit to mentorship, or you want to start connecting with like-minded people, I do have the Secret Society, right, which is a community that you can join on my Discord. And it's in the link below. You join it through Patreon. Or you also have the option, you can join the Honey Pot. The Honey Pot is a subscription service that I have here at BSN, and you can kind of start learning that way as well. So if there's a will, there's a way, you all, okay? There's so many avenues to start connecting, with your ancestors and, a community of people. But nonetheless, I think that we have a couple people on, so we could go ahead and get started with today's reading, okay? So, as I mentioned, I'm going to do our weekly collective reading, but I think I want to start with a general message. Now, hear me out. If you hear like beeping and stuff, that's just my computer, okay? I got that hotline bling. If you're just joining, say hello in the comments. But I'm going to start with today's general message, all right? Like, let's see what message Spirit has for us today, you all, okay? Okay. Spirit has for the collective for today. Make sure that you all are sharing this video. Hello. Welcome, Tina. What message does Spirit have for the collective for today? What is it that we need to know? Alrighty. I like this message for us. I do. I like this message for us. Okay. Hello, welcome. A lot of us, and I've been seeing this kind of be like a reoccurring theme, but a lot of us are going to go through a shift in our circles. And when I say that, I mean that there are going to be a shift in people that you commune with on a daily basis. Okay. This could be friendships. This is definitely our friendships, right? Or people that we associate ourselves with. There's going to be a shift in those relationships. This is really a time where Spirit is holding the collective accountable for what we're asking for versus what we're doing. Okay. A lot of us haven't left these relationships, right? We haven't left these friendships because we're low-key kind of afraid. It's more of a mental thing. To put context to it, so if you've ever had relationships with people that are kind of like dead end, right? You can't really trust them, or you have to censor yourself around them all the time. These are the types of relationships that are going to be reevaluated during this time, okay? It's going to be really important for us as a collective to let go, okay? And it's one of those situations where if you've kind of been holding on to it too long, then they're going to be removed anyway, right? Because there's certain people, places, or things that you've kind of outgrown over time, but there's a certain unwillingness with the Eight of Cups here to let that go, okay? The Eight of Cups in reverse speaks about us having some type of resistance to letting it go. And the reading overall talks about there needs to be a specific type of elevation that has to happen for you, but it cannot manifest in the right way when you're holding on to people that really cause you stress. There's a lesson here about there's a lesson about self-worth that I'm getting, but what Spirit is really talking about in this reading is identifying what your boundaries are and being able to follow through and hold your ground on those boundaries. But also, and I know this is going to sound crazy, right? But understanding that relationships are mutual, right? So Spirit wants to really highlight if you have people in your life that are pouring into you the way that you're pouring into them. Okay. So when I say that relationships are mutual, it's a two-way street, right? If you are pouring into this person and you have a willingness to connect and communicate and love on, you have to reevaluate and reconsider if the people in your life are able to do the same or are willing to do the same, right? So a part of their message for today is just understanding that in order for you to be able to have your roads open and to prosper the way that you want, who are your friends? Who's your community, right? And are they right for you? Okay. I want to pull a few more cards on this. It's very interesting because I was actually having a conversation with you guys saw the live the other day I did with Mambo Say. I was having a conversation with her, and we spoke about people sometimes when your roads are people whose roads are closed sometimes can affect your blessings and your prosperity as well. And so Spirit is really highlighting this here. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Okay, is what you're asking the ancestors and the spirits for in alignment with the actions or the steps that you're taking in your personal life, right? Are you asking for people to be removed but then holding on to them after praying the prayer? Or are you going to the altar and laying things down or doing the work to remove but then picking it back up, right? And this also goes for that romantic relationship too. Are you praying to let go of that relationship or to see it end, but then you're going back on and picking it back up? Okay. So the ancestors are really wanting us to figure out how to break that cycle. And it starts with freeing ourselves in a way that's mental. Okay. I actually did a working with my girls tonight over this. And if you were in class tonight, you already know. So you already know just how on time this message actually is. Okay. Because it is really in alignment with the ritual that I had you all do tonight. Okay. So it doesn't surprise me that this is the message for the day. This is a season of reevaluation in a way. When you think about the fall and going into the winter, sometimes things do die. Sometimes things actually do die in the fall. And that could be a literal death or a physical death, right? But this is also something that you need to consider because Spirit is really urging you to reevaluate. And if you don't, Spirit's going to give you some assistance in reevaluating. So what I'm seeing here in today's general message, I believe that this is a very intuitive message for the collective in the ways of we know. It's like you already know. A lot of you, this reading or the information that's going to come out to you tonight in this reading, it's not anything new. It's not going to be anything new to you. It's going to confirm those intuitive thoughts. It's going to confirm those red flags that y'all have been seeing, but have been trying to ignore. Or if you have familial, okay, because I have a card of familiar relationships coming up too. If you have familiar relationships in which you self-sacrifice for, you play small for, or you make yourself uncomfortable just for the sake of, those are relationships that you're going to have to take a look at. Now, this isn't a message of saying, oh, you need to go just be cutting everybody off. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what Spirit is saying is that you have to reevaluate the give and the take in these personal relationships as well. Okay. Anyone who makes you, and this is a message that is coming through right now. Anyone who makes you unclear or purposely causes confusion in your life, or tries to make you not see your dream, your vision, or your purpose clear, or sometimes, people have a way of making you take your eyes off of a specific vision. Anyone who does that, is someone that really needs to be evaluated right now, because we've got a lot on the table as a collective, right? We've got a lot of blessings coming our way. We have a lot of opportunity that's right around the corner after this season ends. So this is going to be something that you have to consider in going into the new year, right? What do you want things to look like for you going forward? Okay. So it's just always, it's a period of self-evaluation. And my students always know I joke, because I'm always telling them, like, give yourself time, give yourself grace, right? Because Rome was literally not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day, okay? And sometimes these things take time, but Spirit is really urging the collective to pay attention to them, okay? So that's really the general message for the day, you all, okay? So take heed, because Spirit's like, hey, do you need some assistance? Because we are more than happy to help you. Also, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you here. Sometimes the comments are delayed or I can't see your name on Facebook. So bear with, Priestess, okay? Bear with me. But for those of you who are here, let me know what your plans are for the weekend. I personally, you guys, hold on. Drop your tarot card. I personally will be off this weekend. I'll be eating good food, and I will be in my husband's face for this weekend. So I'm gonna be taking it easy. This season has been definitely one of a little bit more rest. Okay. I always like cleaning. Yeah, cleaning is always really good. Updating your resume. Also, I wish you luck. I definitely hope that you go ahead and get the job that you want and deserve. I am going to ask our next question, and I want a message for the upcoming week as well, okay? I want to see what Spirit has in store for us for the upcoming week. I will be helping to feed the homeless. Yes, Tina. So if you ever want to sow what you reap, in a way, I guess that's the best way to kind of say this. Going out and doing something like that can kind of help as well. It's almost a form of prosperity work in general for the person that you're blessing and for yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here. What is the message for the upcoming week? What does the collective need to know? And while I'm shuffling here, I want you all to take a look. I do believe that I put the link in the comments, but if you want to join the Discord, join through Patreon under the Secret Society. And there is a beautiful, strong community of women that you can join if you're interested, okay? Alrighty, let's see what the message is for the collective for the upcoming week. Let's see what we need to know. Alrighty, so, and this actually goes into, this actually kind of goes into what I was just talking about in terms of reevaluation, okay? Reevaluating our circles. It goes right into that in a specific way. So I'm going to elaborate here. A lot of us are in a period where we are ready to bloom, okay? You have all of the tools and all of the abundance and all of the necessary things that you need in order to live this specific life of luxury. The Empress energy, absolutely love the Empress. It's associated with the number 3, which is also about the birth of something, or sometimes bringing things into fruition, right? But a lot of us are ready to bring a lot into reality. We're ready to bring ideas and change, and this isn't even necessarily like a physical birth, but some of us who are watching are actually pregnant. And it's funny because I see one of my students here and I'm like, yeah, some of us are actually pregnant, right? But we're bringing a lot of things into fruition, or we're ready to birth a lot of things. Like, we're ready to birth new opportunities. We're ready to birth creativity. Okay. However, there's been somewhat of a distraction or a lack of confidence, right, within self. Sometimes you can get a little bit caught up in overwork instead of focusing on those things that you want to bring in, as well as having people in your circle, like I said, who purposely confuse you, who purposely, and I don't necessarily mean like cause confusion in your life, but try to confuse you or make you unclear of what it is that you want to do. Okay. This is a situation. So like, let's say, for example, you have an idea, or somebody will be like, oh, well, you should do it this way, when you should be following your intuition, following that natural spark that's in your gut, and really leaning on your creativity. Because a lot of us are the Queen of Wands, right? A lot of us are the Queen of Wands. A lot of us are very charismatic leaders, strong professional women with good connections, right? A lot of us have, those character traits to bring to the table. But when we are not our highest selves, I can't talk today. But when we are not operating in that higher octave or that higher vibration, then that can really stunt us. This is also a part of what I was mentioning earlier about when you are a queen, do you really get off of your throne to address drama all the time? Do you reside in conflict, right? How can you intend on running a kingdom or be the queen of your suit when you're constantly coming off of your throne to swat people? There are some things that just should not reach you. And that is what Spirit is referring to today. And also, many of you, which I'm telling you, I knew because it's been coming up in readings. Many of you the collective will also benefit from protective work. As Huganzo always says, protection is prevention. I love to requote that. I also tell my students that protection is prevention. And it is really important to build those walls around us, right? It's also important for prayer to protect us from those things that do not serve you, right? Or protect you from the chaos, the chaos that can ensue, right? We need protection, and we need to be praying around our protection in times like this. Protection from drama, protection from pettiness and conflict. But also there's a message here in knowing the time and the place and the season, right? One of my favorite scriptures is Ecclesiastes. I think it's 3, but girl, it's the whole chapter, I want to say, okay? But Ecclesiastes 3, you may just have to go look at it. I know I've spoke about it before, but it talks about there being a time and a place for everything. And where you're headed, the abundance that I talked to you all about, the opportunities, the things that you're getting ready to birth, we don't have time all the time to address conflict, which is also why the protective work is necessary in the upcoming week, which is always also why it's important to practice balance, okay? There's a message here about wisdom, praying and doing work for wisdom to help you understand these conflicts in your life and be able to navigate them, okay? It's important to be able to pray for these things garner clarity around them, and to get wisdom on how to move forward. Okay. So once again, very much temporary. Okay. Very, very much temporary. But these are things that you want to take into account in this particular season and in this upcoming week specifically. Okay. This is, the spirits are talking about this being a time of seasonal blues. Many people who are watching have actually already been feeling the effects of the seasonal blues. Depression, even. There's anxiety within the collective as well around some of the things that have been going on in your personal life. What's going to be very helpful for us is to stand in a place of gratitude in a way that we are acknowledging the blessings that we actually do have in our life, that we're paying attention to the cups that are actually full. Okay. That we're looking at all of the things that we've overcome. And y'all know, I don't care. I will sound like an old lady. Or we look back over our life and we think things over. Okay. Look back over your life, because this is also a time of reflection. Look back over your life and think about how far you actually have come. Acknowledge that every victory is an actual victory. Okay. Every triumph is a triumph. Okay. Every death was necessary for a new birth, for a new cycle to come in. Okay. Just as we see that reflected in nature, then we're also going to see that reflected in our lives. Sometimes things die, but sometimes things are also revived. Okay. So make sure that we're taking the necessary time to look at ourselves. Don't get stuck in the rut. Some of us are experiencing or feeling a little bit blocked in terms of like creativity, or feeling like we're a little bit blocked off from spirit right now. But like I said, this is also something that is very much temporary. Okay. If you are dealing with the seasonal blues, do your very best to do the standard level of self-care where you kind of move around. Once again, surrounding yourself with people who are good for you, and also relying on the good community that you do have. Okay. Also remembering that, as I said, it's temporary, and that this will pass. This too shall pass, and that the sun is going to come again in the morning, So take every day with stride in the upcoming week, and make sure that we're reevaluating and really listening to our body, because one thing about the Empress who started off our reading, she really does take good care of herself. She takes good care of her health, and she is abundant because of, you know what I mean? So you really have to be intentional in this upcoming week about this. Okay. About all the above. Okay. The spirit is really urging us to make sure that we are taking the proper time to reflect, because when we birth, when we bring those things into fruition that I talked about a little bit earlier, things are going to be moving like this. Okay. So you need to take the proper time to sit with self, maybe even come up with a plan. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to yourself. Hi, Mama Soleil. Hi, my sister. I had to stop the whole reading. Hi, I love you so much. Thank you for pulling up. But we really have to take those times to reflect. Okay. I know this reading is also hitting for me too, in terms of, paying attention to your health. Okay. It's absolutely something that is top tier for us right now as the collective. So make sure that we're taking that time. Specifically, you all, something that like really came through in me is our mental health. Okay. Seasonal blues, depression, don't let it win. Don't let it win this season. Okay. Now, if I am reading, drop a pink flower in the comments. Okay. Give me some energy. You know, after all, it is the fall. Okay. Send me some energy and some good juju. I do want to however want to take a few live questions today as well. I do want to take a few live questions for you all. However, before we do that, I want to talk to you once again about some of the things that are coming up. Oh, thank you. I'm really happy that Black Spectrum Network is a blessing to you. It always feels good to hear, you know, that what we're doing is making an impact in the community. So thank you very much. Okay. But I want to let you all know about some of the things that we have going up. Coming up, excuse me. So as I told you all before, mentorship with me is coming in January. It'll be here on January the 5th. So make sure that if you're interested, you join the link below and fill out the application so that you can join. The mentorship this round is 8 weeks. Okay. And we'll be going up until March the 2nd. So your deposit will be due January the 5th. Okay. So if you're interested, go ahead and join and fill out that application so that we can start connecting. However, if you are not fully ready to not initiate, excuse me. Well, let me go ahead and talk about that. I'm now accepting godchildren. So if you are interested in that, join the program so that we connect, and that is on the table for you. Okay. But if you're not ready for that, we also have the Honey Pot program. It is an amazing program. You can learn divination. You'll start learning magic. You'll be able to connect with like-minded people and so forth. We have protection magic. We have ancestral elevation, love magic, self-love, healing, all of the above in the Honey Pot. So that's an excellent starting point, which the link is listed below for you as well. And thank you. I appreciate that. I really enjoy teaching. I enjoy my role as an educator. I love when you all are loving what's being taught to you. That's everything. So I appreciate you. But you all can also show love by subscribing to the Conjure Corner on YouTube. I also have the Secret Society, which is a Discord community where you can start connecting with like-minded individuals that you see in the comments. It's beautiful, strong women. It has developed into a real sisterhood. So I'm very proud of the Secret Society. And I think that you all should go join, start your journey. Okay. Y'all don't have no questions for me tonight? Nothing you want to know? No questions? Y'all gonna let me off live that easy? Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the love. Y'all gonna make me blush on here. Y'all know I'm a G. I can't be doing that. Okay. I'll start with this question from Kimberly. Okay. I got you, Kimberly. How can I weed out these love interests and pick the right one? All right. Let's get into it. What can you tell me for Kimberly Spirit? How can she pick the right one? What can you tell me for Miss Kimberly here? Can she read out these other partners? Okay. I got you, Mambo. Of course, you know. No problem. Okay. So I've got questions to answer. I'm with you here, Kimberly. Can we weed out these love interests and pick the right one? All righty. So we've got cards kind of jumping out for you. So, okay, there's some inner healing that needs to happen, especially with the heart chakra. Yes. Okay. So there's a couple of things I have to recommend for you, Kimberly. So there's a you. It's actually important for you not to just charge full into into a relationship just yet, because spirit specifically talks about you needing to heal and get past relationships. With the Five of Cups, I actually like this depiction of the Five of Cups. It's the Golden Girls. Oh, the lights are too bright, so y'all can't see it. But I actually like that particular depiction because, you know, she's sitting there, she's wiping her tears, and she's almost she's looking at the cups that are in front of her instead of the ones that are behind her that are still full. Right. So spirit really wants you to spend some time not charging into head first into a new relationship, but spend some time mourning and actually grieving the relationships and things from a different standpoint that actually didn't work out. Okay. It's very important to understand that it was all in God's plan. It was all in God's plan. Okay. Sometimes we end up in different situations unaware of the consequences or unaware of the risk that is associated with those relationships. However, once and I kid you not, I'm going to show you because I want you to know, I know you on the Discord, so y'all can't see my tarot cards, and that sucks. But this is the Lover's card. Okay, this is the Lover's card, and it's literally a depiction of a union of two people coming together. However, in your situation, due to what I'm seeing here as far as your individual healing journey and grieving the loss of what you thought, this is not only literally dating, but also spiritually courting one's self. Okay, so this is a union or you coming together within yourself, and that's also going to help attract a partner for you. Also, very last card here, you are showing up as the Queen of Wands, who is somebody who is very charismatic. The Queen of Wands is crazy beautiful. Okay, she is someone who works hard. You really, the Queen of Wands is an energy that you really want to get to know. And it's through you taking the advice in this reading and what your ancestors are saying about taking that time to heal and nurture those parts of yourself that you may even not be so confident about, that you're going to step into that energy. And all of this is a part of you attracting the right partner. What I'm seeing is, you know, part of the reason why you haven't come encounter with the right person is because you had to work on yourself first. You know, I know that sounds like, oh my God, so cliche. She's reading from Google. But I promise you, Spirit literally said what they said. There's the stepping up into into your own divine femininity that needs to happen, and a healing there, right? So that you can rest and be comfortable in the right relationship. Okay, so continue doing your inner work. Rushing head on at something that you can't see, and learning from those past mistakes is going to be something that's really beneficial for you. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Miss Kimberly. Let me know if that resonated for you. I've been making you read your own cards until it hurts. It's good. That's good. That's good. I want y'all to be able to read. Okay. I love that for you, though. It's okay. That's how you build stamina. You'll build stamina. It's fine. Alrighty. So, I don't know. I have to pick a very special deck for you. Hello Kitty 80s baby. I have to pick a special pick a special deck for you. Alrighty, so I want to do a general reading for my fellow sister here. What do you have at this time for her? Can you hear me? Speak to me. All right. I got my avatar deck for you. Avatar deck. So you must be really special because this is one of my favorite. And I just want to let you know that I absolutely adore this message for you. I absolutely love it for you. Um, with the cards I see, I'm actually quite biased because I love this for you. I love it. I love it. So let me go ahead and get into what I'm seeing here. So there's been a period for you, there's a lot that you had to walk away from or let end, right? Your reading actually starts off with the 8 of Cups. So there's been a lot of, relationships and things, that you've had to walk away from. And Spirit talks about that actually being something that was quite painful for you. And it taught you a lot. These specific things in your life ending, it's really made you stronger. It's actually sharpened you as a leader. I know sometimes people actually hate to see the King of Swords in a reading like that, but I like it. I like to see it where it is for you, because it's like after the 8 of Cups, part of the challenge is really mentally telling yourself what's logical and not succumbing to the emotions of the 8 of Cups, right? Not succumbing to what you thought that things were going to be. And so what your reading specifically talks about is you garnering that mental strength to continuously tell yourself, this is what it is. It is what it is. It's like that level of clarity and insight is paramount to you. Have to almost like continue talking to yourself and say, this was the right decision. This was the right decision. This was what it was. Okay. It's the very logical and almost harsh nature of the King of Swords, but it's because of that clarity and that sight that's really going to help propel you into the future. Okay. You have the 6 of Swords, which really talks about you moving past that hurt, but it's just such a mental energy. It's almost like it's hard. We joke around and we say, oh, logically I know, but it's standing on that and being unapologetic about what you know. It's ruling with, and for some reason in your reading, Spirit is like, you can't rely on the emotion. You have to rely on the logistics of what it is, because one thing about the King of Swords is that he does actually see the truth. He's that firm. He is that really, really, really airy energy, but his clarity is paramount. So trusting and knowing that you believe, and you have to remind yourself that you saw what you saw in order for those relationships to end. Okay. In order for those things to end in your life, you had to do it. So now you're moving into this period. You're moving past that, right? I hope that you can take solace in the fact that there's a certain ease coming out of this situation for you. And your very last card is the Queen. This is why I say I love it. I love it. Okay. And so you're coming out of this period, or you're coming out of this area where you have to just keep talking to yourself and being logical about everything, but you're coming into an area where I feel like it's going to be a little bit more softer for you. Once again, reoccurring issue for everybody or topic is health. Queen of Pentacles is also somebody who takes time to nurture herself, and I'm really hearing Spirit say, because of you coming into this era of the Queen of Pentacles, where she is prosperous, where she does have the money, she does have the health, you're able to nurture future generations with the knowledge that you gain from becoming or touching that King of Swords energy. Knowledge from relationships ending, it's like a cycle for you. Those hard things are really going to pour into how you behave as the Queen of Pentacles and how you go about not only just like business going forward, but just how you pour into other people and nurture the people that are in your suit, if that makes sense. So let me know if that resonates for you, Mambo. Let me know if that resonates for you guys. All righty. So I actually don't know how many questions I've answered so far, but I'm going to go ahead and read for Joy. Hey, Joy. I love me some Joy, y'all. Okay. Okay. Let's see if you are in alignment, Joy, or if your course is on the right path. And depending on how I feel after that, you all, I will go ahead and read more if I feel like it. But Mama was tired. I'm like 58 for real, in like real life, if you know me. So let's do Joy. Okay. I want to know, is Joy in alignment with her path? Is she on course? If you all are enjoying this video, make sure you like it on YouTube, subscribe, all of those wonderful things. Invite your friends, kids, husband, the pets, everybody. Alrighty, Joy. What her ancestors? Joy, Spirit, before as I kid you not, as soon as I pulled your first card, Spirit told me to tell you to hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. Whew, Joy, I'm about to preach. I wish I had my fan because y'all know how I am, but I'm about to preach. And it's further confirmed by the second card that I pulled, but I'm just going to keep pull one more. Your story is very much it's very much inspiring in a way. I didn't even have to pull too many cards to get a very clear vision of what your ancestors are talking about. To answer your question, are you on the right path? You are so far in alignment that is actually not even funny. Okay. Your ancestors talk about, and if you want to talk about this further privately, let me know. But in your reading, Spirit is really talking about you expressing that you've prayed to your ancestors about money. You've prayed to them about being able to afford the things that you need to. Essentially what I'm trying to tell you is that your ancestors are so passionate about the fact that they have heard your prayers. They see you juggling, and they're talking about your prayers literally not falling on deaf ears. Okay. But they really want you to continue to stand your ground because it's right around the corner. It's right around. It's like, I feel like there's just this old lady that's like, she's very passionate about you displaying willpower and just holding tight or just standing your ground because the blessings are right around the corner. Okay, for you. We are looking at the Six of Wands. One thing about the Six of Wands, and I know y'all can't see because of my lights, but one thing about the Six of Wands, you can see him in this particular card being crowned as who he is. Okay, he's being crowned. This is you being crowned in a way by your ancestors, stepping into all of the authority and recognition that you actually deserve. One thing about the Six of Wands as well is that when you see him in this state, it's like it's not work that was like undeserved, right? This is you really parading and people being able to praise you for the things that you have actually done. Something that's really going to be important for you is to remain optimistic. Your ancestors are actually talking about the fact that you are naturally an optimistic person, very giddy in a way. And this is a trait that they consider noble to you. This is something that they want to continue to see you do because it helps you manifest. This actually helps you manifest the things that you want and help you bring those goals into fruition. Okay. But your ancestors are literally talking about, yes, you are absolutely on the right path. And it's like, and I don't mean to say it so bluntly, but I'm a straight shooter. But it comes down to they see the struggle and they know about it, and they're also here to assist you with that. But it's like this gospel song is running through my head. Help is on the way. I can't even think of who sings that, but help is on the way. And help has been given, and it's going to continue to go up from there. It's just you don't lose the momentum, and don't lose the faith in spirit, because spirit is very serious about you. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Joy. Are you in alignment? All righty. Hello Kitty 80s baby says, I love the King of Swords. I love the King of Swords too. I'm not afraid of the King of Swords. You're so welcome anytime. I'm happy that these are resonating for you all. I'm going to check and see if there's any other question. That I like. I want something exciting. Let me see. I'll do one more question. Okay, this will be the last question that I do for the day. And then I am off for the weekend. Like I said, I'm just going to spend some time, honestly, relaxing this weekend. Take a little bit away from work. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to pick, let's do a general reading for T. Allen. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do the general reading for T. Allen, and then I'll close my questions for tonight. If you would like to book a reading, my link is listed below. You can visit my link tree. My personal links and a link for me at the Voodoo Institute are listed there. So go ahead, definitely get on my calendar. Or furthermore, if you would like to divine for yourself, my classes are listed there. Or you can also sign up for mentorship coming up in January, you guys. Okay. So let's answer this question for T. Allen. What is the general message? What would their ancestors like for them to know? What insights? What would you like to know? What is the general message? Alrighty. Okay. Okay. You actually have a lot of insights coming to you about work. You're going to get some ideas about taking action when it comes to work. In fact, if you have had any insights or inklings about whether or not you should go for a new job or go for things at your job, the answer is yes. And you're actually going to be receiving some clarity around that. For you, you need to do something that fulfills you, is what your ancestors talk about. Do something that really fulfills you emotionally. And if you are having ideas about doing something that actually emotionally fulfills you, this is what you need to do. You need to follow those impulses. Your reading starts off with the Page of Wands, which is somebody who's like very youthful in nature. They have a lot of energy to burn. They have a lot of great ideas sometimes, but bringing those into a reality can sometimes be challenging for them, because they're like, almost like a teenager, right? But something about the Page of Wands is they do receive a lot, of intuitive themes, and with that fire energy, it is also talking about following those impulses, right? Because when you look at the story in the tarot system of evolving from the Page to the Knight to the King, it requires bringing that energy and that intuitive kick into an action form. And right next to that, you also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is somebody who is very patient, somebody who is very consistent. The Knight of Pentacles is typically someone who is a good worker. So these are all things that you want to think about. A message, be patient, be consistent. And with you having the Queen of Cups here, also once again, a lot of people don't know this about fire energy, but fire energy can also be intuitive. Just like the water also is a very intuitive energy, but with the Queen of Cups, there's almost like a mastery over that intuitive energy, right? So your reading, I think, talks about you being someone who's also just naturally intuitive, very refined in nature in terms of the way that you may think or go about things, but it's talking about you going for those positions at work that are not only intuitive but also very almost emotionally fulfilling for you. And this is going to be something that leads you to a lot of success and just overall happiness within yourself. Okay. It's going to bring you to a place of emotional stability, which is amazing for work because like you don't want to be all stressed out and unhappy. But yeah, that's the general message for you. Thank you. I have been getting a lot of ideas this week. Good. I hope that this helps you bring those ideas into reality, okay? Because you definitely would benefit from something that is emotionally fulfilling to you. So, hi. I see people coming in at the end. Well, I really want to thank you all so much for joining tonight's live. I really enjoyed the time doing these readings. I hope to be on here a lot more. Okay. I hope to be on here with you all a lot more. But for those of you who are still watching, make sure that you visit with me at the links below. Join the community, take some classes, join mentorship. Okay. Make sure that you all subscribe to the Conjure Corner. And as always, these lives are free, but if you feel that, leave a love offering at the Cash App floating below. Okay. So you all be blessed. Enjoy this wonderful fall season, and I will see you all soon.